Good Monday morning, y'all. I don't know how good it is. You know, this walk involves humping a pretty decent sized hill in the course of a half a mile walk through a set of train tracks and then back. I figure it's about a mile round trip. And that's, the thing is, I realized as I'm walking up that thing, it's the road I've taken, not just in the past several mornings, the road I've chosen to take, and emphasis on the word chosen. Usually it starts up hard as fuck. I don't want to deal with it, but I know I gotta, so I just soldier on, meaning that I just keep moving, bandaging my wounds as I go, moving forward, not back. And a lot of times, in order to do that, you got to deal with the shit up front. You got to hit it head on, which is something most people don't want to deal with. Yeah, they'd rather let it come to them. And the truth of the matter is, if you know there are going to be issues, deal with them. Okay? Deal with them. But the thing is, in life, ultimately, it's about prioritization. Okay? What do I need to get done? Very, number one, for me, I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And I say that at the age of 59, knowing that the rest of my life might be a few years. So why would I choose to waste it working? I don't know, man. My dad retired at 62 when I was 16 because the plant he had been working at for over 30 years, that he started working at as a janitor, much like I started working at LC Drives as a janitor, more or less. I mean, at nights, I was the guy that cleaned up around the shop. Even though during the day, I did whatever tasks were assigned to me, because that's what soldiers do, man. See, that's part of the reason why I think that in order to vote, and I'm serious when I say this, you need to have skin in the game. You can badmouth the country all you want, but if you want to vote in a national election, we need to come to the reality that you need skin in the game. And what do I mean by that? Well, part of the meaning behind the title of my book, Poetry, Prose, and Perspective by the Family Dog, is that I was that member of the family that enlisted in the U.S. Army. I became the family army dog. And as a result, I realized that if I was going to be defending the Constitution and all it stood for, that meant doing my due diligence when it came to doing research concerning the people that I was helping to put into office. And you might think, wow, that's great, Jim. Hey, great, cool. What the fuck does that got to do with life? Ups and downs. Come on, Nightmare, turn around. It has a lot to do with it. Because in risking my life, I hope I proved that by literally getting physically disfigured even during peacetime, and knowing that when I engaged in the event that caused that disfigurement, that I was engaging in the defense of others willfully. See, that's skin in the game. knowing that freedom matters because you helped defend it, knowing that existence is a right, knowing that free speech is a right, knowing that self-defense is a right. All these things we hold true, and we willfully defend them. Now, my father, who I suspect in his youth was a bit of a dog himself, because I've seen, I watched him even in his late 60s and 70s flirt with cashiers that it used to just crack me up. Anyway, he served in the Civilian Conservation Corps. And today, that's what we need. You want to defeat division. You want to defeat these hate groups on all sides. Because let's face it, racism exists in America. I'm not going to deny it. It does. But if you want to finally put an end to it, one of the great things about having served in the Army was that long ago I became friends with a guy by the name of Robert Lee Jones, who was this skinny black dude from the south side of Detroit. That he was like he was like the black skin version of my buddy Bill Koch, who I've known since kindergarten. Although honestly, I think he's living in Florida at this point. I haven't talked to him in years, but my point being is that when you put people into a situation where they have to depend on others, they very quickly realize that skin color don't mean dick as far as being able to trust somebody. And that's one of the greatest benefits about the military. You ask anybody that's served, liberal or conservative, and they're going to tell you that they don't see skin color. Most of us come out of basic training thinking that the only color that matters is green. Well, at least back in my day, because I'm old school, and olive drab was the color back in those days. But my point being is, if you don't have skin in the game, if you're just freaking spouting talking points that you learn from your goddamn overpaid, arrogant, pompous, motherfucking dickweed professors that sit in their ivory towers making hundreds of thousands of fucking dollars a year, telling your kids that if their skin's white, that they're the reason why other people are having a hard life, then if you believe that those people even deserve a seat at the table, then you're a lost cause. But I'll pray for you. What we need to do is take America back. We need to give people hope. Show them that the only way through this darkness that we find ourselves in right now is by shining light on the light of truth on the deception of the elite, of the fucking puppet masters. Because that's the reason why CRT exists. That's the reason why these pompous, arrogant, asshat professors exist. Because they're being funded by people that want to control us. And many people before me have known this. The last beacon of hope and freedom that exists on the planet is America. It ain't lost yet. But truly, we are the last hope of keeping it free. You may be listening to this thinking that I'm just some crazy nut job. That's fine. That's your fucking prerogative. That's having an opinion's part of being human. But I've been going up and down these roads And I've lived real jobs. You know, maybe I haven't had careers, but I've worked side by side with men and women that were raising families and men and women that were just trying to fucking pay their bills and have, you know, a little extra left over so maybe they could take a little vacay during that, if they were lucky, 1 week fucking PTO that they earn. Personal time off, by the way. I've lived with them. I've worked, well, not lived, well, I lived with a couple of them. My point being is, I've been with people. That's why my writing speaks the way it speaks. And there is hope. But this division, America can't last. It needs to be exposed for what it is. We need to start talking about living healthier lifestyles, walking up and down hills, man, engaging in conversation face to face with people that want to be with us, smiling, hugging, shaking each other's hands, man. Just imagine a world of aware people. Fucking, I know it's scary, but it's possible. We need patience. And by the way, if you don't think that liberals are on edge, play a simple practical joke on them and see what happens. I did such a thing, and it was quite humorous as to what happened. Oh, here comes Nightmare's girlfriend. She's a big old boxer girl. That's pretty funny. Hey, God, thanks for helping me get up the hill. Please, I'm on my way back down, man. Please, dear Father, cushion the blow. Help me get to where I need to be right on time. Thank you, Almighty Father. Please protect and guide President Donald J. Trump, all the members of CUBE, the members of our military, our law enforcement, and especially Vets for Child Rescue. See, united with the good patriots of the world, we can put on the full armor of God, pick up our swords of light and truth, and in one sound voice, defeat the dark forces of evil and continue to prey upon the children of the world once and for all. Amen. So that's Nightmare's girlfriend, I think. I think she actually likes him. Nightmare's into the sniff. She comes all the way down here to see him. No, you're not going to bother her. Hi, baby. You can see her butt's wiggling. Her butt's wiggling, though. She's barking, but her butt's wiggling. Hang on. See if I can bring it up. Watch. See that? Her nub is wiggling. God bless. Stay safe. Later. She's growling, though. Here's Nightmare. Big head. Hey, Nightmare, say goodbye. Ah, there he is. Later, guys.